hello, Leo, to a timeless love variant reading of yours, where we discuss however love may be absent or present in your life, or you may just be here because you caught a vibe and seeing whether or not anything within this storytelling time is yours. Please bear in mind a few other details while we get ready for your reading. I am Master 7th, aka 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what she's all about, and what I have to offer, there is a link in the description box below. Bear in mind that I am a master healer that provides remote wellness and or tarot intuitive insights. However, go ahead and check out that description box below if you feel so. There are other various links within the description box to help you navigate this channel and gain access to my sister channel. For this reading will provide you universal justice, or may provide you universal justice, should you be here in Leo being in your Sun, Rising, and or Jupiter position. However, should it be anywhere else in your chart that you are aware of, or just in general could benefit, you may be in search of emotional redemption. That's where my sister channel comes in handy. Link is down below. Remember, this is not a one-to-one reading. However, this is a general collective reading. Use your discernment to take all of that within the storytelling time that is yours, and try to leave the rest behind. That's not. All right, Leo, let's get into your reading. Ooh, all right, Queen of Swords. All right. Queen of Swords, Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, it's time to look at people from a different lens, I'm hearing, okay? I'm hearing from a lens that people just don't know. And that includes you, and that includes me. The species human just doesn't know. If there are ways that when we're worried about the wonderments of life and we take ourselves out into the universe of the galaxy and Mother Nature and shit like that, there's a way of living in that moment and feeling the energies literally crowning us and making us feel connected to something. And maybe we can't explain it. And I think that's perfectly designed that way. Why should we have to explain the area where we all come from? Because if we come from the same place, why do we have to argue about it? And if we do argue about it, does it hint to the fact that maybe we all don't come from the same place? Some of you may benefit from the Starseeds. Oh, that's not for me. I'm always trying to get in a building. The Starseeds series. Some content within the description box below. Maybe that will help you in one way or another. Okay, but that's what I'm being told to tell you. Some of you understand that you may just be here in this realm of an experience to procreate, you know? And it doesn't have to be necessary to be married in order to have a child. Ace of Cups. It's true. It's very sad. It's been very politicized for two harmonies to come together and say it's a sacred union of some kind. So, if your intuition is saying you don't want to be part of that bullshit, it's kind of right, because you're you're not attracted to the way that it's just thrown around. Wherever you come from, that's word is bond. You don't. In most cases, it's not where I can feel some of you come from. That's why Starseeds as the word I'm going to use for that. The written word is not the word. It's the spoken word that is the word. If you go against the spoken word, no written word is valid. I've seen some shit where people have left wills saying that's exactly how they want shit distributed, and people just coming from left field and negating that shit, and then the will gets changed. So no, the written word ain't bond. Like, no matter how many judicial courts are pretty much active in it, it's not official. Or they have little clauses in order to be like, don't take me to court. Isn't that where that Disney story comes in? A lady died because of an allergy, and because the guy, the boyfriend, who's trying to take Disneyland into court, said that he can't do that because his Disney Plus subscription that he's had that says that if everything ever happened, he can't take him to court. Like, that's the kind of convoluted, fucked up mess of a world that we're in. But those who have eyes to see, they're vibrating from places where you're like, I feel it's not my job to reason out within this world, but boy, like, just boy. And in that's where the fury of Mother Earth comes through and pushes and pushes and pushes. Like giving birth. Alright? Giving birth. So. Knight of Pentacles, Six of Swords. So. I see a lot of you have gone through many steps in life to understand how to more or less bring the right kind of attitude towards a relationship, even if you don't have one right now. If that were to come in tune with a path that you're choosing, then I think that you know exactly how to keep it in a form of a fluid motion. I think some of you feel too much, so that way maybe you haven't allowed this to really happen. Like, you know, a lot of people who can more or less nurture that need to not necessarily need a partner or a single person. I feel a lot of you are very flirtatious, you know, and kind of get your satisfaction from that. But it's not, I think it's ill-fitted. I think it's truth. I don't think it's honesty. I think honestly, if that perfect person existed, and the person is interested for one-on-one, I think you're naturally capable of providing that. I think whoever that person is, though, will have to be able to have an emotional, intellectual approach to how to get you to take that armor off and be a bit more vulnerable and engaging within the connection. For those of you who are partnered up at the moment, there is a seemingly different take, different perspective over the same thing, and I think there's a nice uniformity that can happen of two differences coming together, finding out that they're very much the same, and bringing that to a sense of motion somehow. Yeah, that's beautiful. Star card. It's nice. That is nice. Okay, it's very nice. It's very real and honest. Be mindful, y'all. Be mindful of those of you who are not partnered up, of the next 6 months of sleeping with someone, because there is a big sense of fertility within this room, right? There's fertility in this bubble, and anything can come out of that. Okay, and something that you probably least expected to help also teach this Knight of Pentacles that has his or her armor up, that the armor needs to slowly become off. And if it takes a baby to teach that, then the ether will just maybe just throw that right at you. Oh yeah, careful. Alright. Alright, so the Queen of Swords has got her match, the King of Swords, with the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords. Unfortunately, I do see too many people, but I do see a match. The Queen has the King and the King has the Queen, so that's good. And no matter what were to happen, even if there would be life coming from a connection, I think the two people involved will find a very intriguing compromise to this. But seriously, if there's a version within yourself that is saying slow down the ego, it is your prerogative to do so. Sorry, it was a long pause to try to figure out what this means. This Page of Wands. Because I don't really like this energy. And I think that's from the viewpoint and how the Queen might be looking at the King and how the King is looking at the Queen. Because they can't really look at each other. The Queen is busy doing her shit. The King is busy overseeing something too. But what they don't see yet is how they're meant to work together. And I think that's where two people are gonna possibly have like some version of an ego death, maybe. And that's gonna maybe be triggered with life throwing at something at you that's from left field, something that you never saw coming, something extreme as a baby, family, 10 of Cups. Just to prove something to you that you've always more or less really wanted. Is that you didn't really trust your outer the outermost shell of yourself. You didn't trust, which is that, which makes you a Knight of Pentacles. Maybe you also feel that you're not someone who's financially stable, or you're afraid of not, knowing some of y'all are very pure intended, meaning that you take, maybe you have a vegan diet, maybe you take yourself seriously in what you consume, and, knowing the difficulty on your own, that can be like a lifestyle living paycheck to paycheck. And however, I think what the ether wants to make clear is that the human experience is just a human experience, and there is nothing impossible within that experience. Because for those of you who resonated with the Starseeds message, there's something there for you to assist others in experiencing while you're going through your experiences. And it can be very enriching for two like-minded individuals to come together. Even if they're far apart at the moment, they're gonna start yapping. All right. I'm leaving the messages where they are. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, glowing.